we live? Is we live?
Hello, hello. Am I supposed to put this on?
What's up, y'all? Welcome to Real Street Talk Podcast with the Loko Miss Thing.
It's Mr. Logo Black Ass, Mr. Watch Your Fucking Mouth.
He got an attitude because I'm late, y'all.
Nah.
You need to leave
We got special guests in the building. We got a very special topic today. It's a little different because, we normally be popping our shit about rap, or a couple weeks ago we had an exotic dancer on here. So this week we want to talk about addiction, right? So I feel like addiction has affected a lot of us, whether that be in somebody that we love, in our family, somebody that we are a partner with. You feel me? Like, this shit affects every single one of us. So we brought Dakota and we brought Tara here, and they're going to talk about their experiences with addiction and what they've been through and how they've overcame it, and the things that they've learned throughout the process, and the things that you guys can learn from what they've learned.
So, I will start. I'm going to start off by saying, this too shall pass.
First, let us know who you are.
I'm Tara. Okay.
All right.
That's who I am. And this too shall pass, right? As the good comes and goes, the bad will come and go as well. Just remember that. Something else. And some of these are personal experiences. I will share my clean time, which I really don't clock it, but is over 7 years.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Thank you. Recovery is a process. It's not to be rushed by any means at all. You go by your own pace. Everyone has their own paths. What works for me may not work for him or her or whomever. That's one thing. So it is and was very scary for myself in the beginning of my recovery process. It was me first time around as an addict, first time in recovery still. I am still an addict, I'm just not active, okay? It's a difference.
Because when you are an addict, once you're always considered an addict. It's not like, I used to be an addict, you are. And so then the whole time you just consider like in the process of recovery the whole time.
Absolutely. Okay. Absolutely. It's a everyday working in progress. Yes. You grow every day. If you're willing, you need that want. That want has to be there within you, not for just your kids or just your sister or just your husband. It has to be there for you. It is okay. It is perfectly okay to be selfish, especially during a process like this. It's almost need be. Very important. Very important. I myself, again, suffer from addiction. I have a baby sister who had passed, left behind at the time, 9-year-old son. I was fortunate enough to have that strength and survive that situation and lifestyle and be here today to share my story as much as we can get out today. Any questions, bring them on in. Love to answer anything, any inputs, anything, bring it on in. We'll move to how it affects the people that care about us. It affects the people who care about us so bad because if they haven't experienced it personally, they're just watching it. They're watching it. Sometimes they don't even know they're enabling it because you're their kids, so they're going to let you in at 3. Or they're going to give you $20 versus buying you the meal. Enabling is also, you need to set boundaries. Boundaries are very, very important. They may be hard because you may have to set them with your cousin, your sister, your mother. But if it's to get you right, you must be selfish. It is totally okay. Just like it's okay to not be okay. And I encourage people to let people know I am not okay. Not today. No, I'm not. I'm not. And just because you're in recovery, and I battled with this in the beginning, I thought I had to smile and everything was okay. Everything was going good. Even if it wasn't, I put that mask on because it's my first time around and I thought that's what it was. Well, guess what? A year passed and I'm like, bricks are piling. I'm human.
Yeah,
I
so
get
you felt
sad.
like people would judge you if you weren't like
Abs-
always happy, and if you were like calm, they would be like, "Well, what's up with Tara?" type shit. You feel like
Absolutely.
everything you did just was like under the microscope, and was everybody was just judging every little thing that you did.
Absolutely.
How do you feel like you put your foot down and was like, "Listen, that's not me anymore"? Did you have to? Did you find yourself like falling out with family? Did you find yourself like feeling alone? Like, what was that process for you? Feeling like, listen, y'all are gonna respect me in my recovery process.
So I will say, in the addiction, I wasn't understanding. I'll just use like family functionings, not being invited. Like I was always, I get hostile about it and not understanding. Versus now, where I'm clear headed, and it's very, very possible to live a happy, sober, outgoing life and talk about it. More people need to talk about it. How it affected me, I mean, I could speak from the active addict view to the non-active addict, caring about someone, watching them, and they're gone. They're not here no more. Being powerless over situations is very, 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 very tough. So being strong is also not so easy, but I'm gonna tell you, it is more than again possible. I have battled with major losses, mothers, sisters, while in the beginning of recovery. I had to tell my mother at one point, who was calling me to check on my younger sister who was actively using, boundaries. Here comes boundaries. Mother, I can't have you calling me to go and check and walk into a situation I can't and don't want to be in. It's just not fair. Did she understand it at first? Absolutely not. This is where I encourage people who care about you and are there in your circle positively, go to a therapy session, just one or two, just to learn and hear about it, not from the person you know as the addict, but whomever is behind that desk. It just comes off a very, very, very different way.
Let me ask you a question. Real
Absolutely.
Quick.
Bring
Let me take you back a little bit. What brought on to the addiction?
Right. What started it?
So I'm gonna start with what I was addicted to. Heroin, and periodically I would smoke crack. Xanax, weed. I knew what I was spending every day when I woke up, and that was that. However, before the heroin and crack, I was smoking wet embalming fluid, PCP, boat. I don't know whom knows it as what. And I never was addicted to an opiate. I have sold them. Yes, I have. I was never addicted to them. I could not get the wet, the PCP. I went into the next room where I knew what they were doing. I was fighting with Dad, and I said, "Do it." She said, "I don't want to." I said, "Do it." And guess what? 3.5 years of my life said goodbye, bye.
All right, let's get to the like what brought on to the addiction. What brought you to
What do you
start?
feel like? What were your circumstances that you feel like caused you to start using?
It wasn't. See,
Was it any kind of trauma?
the
Was it
beginning,
any experience?
I
Can I
have
say
I-
something?
Of course, yeah. Your mic is
Okay.
on.
So this is Dakota. How y'all doing? I've known Tara. I was her sister's best friend. Rest in peace, Erica. Which
Yes,
is Daisy's
yeah, I was about to say rest in peace, Erica. That's
Okay,
my big cousin.
so the moral of the story is, I mean, you don't end up healthy, right?
absolutely.
So I knew Tara as a healthy individual. I knew her as a big sister. I knew her as someone to say, get inside while y'all even out here. She never once was an addict. Out of anybody in life to be an addict, when Tara disappeared, I'm getting chills. I didn't even see her. I didn't even know because that's not even Tara. Now she's sober again, and like we obviously linked up, and she's been. But it's crazy to know that that's how quick your life can change overnight.
And don't think that it can't
By
happen to you
just
because
a
the people that
circle
you look
that
up to could be the
I will
same
say
people.
this: I'm not an
Absolutely.
addict, but I have suffered from addiction all around me. As I was an addict to sneakers, I was an addict to the mall. I was an addict to other things. We're all really addicted to something.
Addiction.
But my thing more so is to someone that's stronger, that she's overcame it. It's incredible that she's able to share her
Thank you.
story, but also that that doesn't define her. She never was an addict. Before people become addicted, they're not addicts. And she didn't pick that Taylor. Well, she changed her life.
Nobody, I
You know what I mean? Like-
highly doubt
Anybody,
anybody
yeah.
wakes up saying,
Right.
today's the day I'm
Right.
gonna become a crackhead
Right.
or a heroin addict or whatever it may be.
So
It happened.
Do you
and-
believe your addiction was like the lowest part of your life?
Absolutely.
And what are some experiences like? I know, since I know, but I want you to share with them like prison. I know you told me that's like probably the one place in the world you would never want to go back to, and you don't encourage anybody to go there. It's the worst situation to ever be in. So what other experiences have you been through as far, like, have you ever been in a situation where you were physically abused, where it was somebody stealing from you? Was it anything that, because you know drugs do affect you in that. Do you have something to say, Candace?
I want to
Yeah.
say one thing too, real quick.
She smells extra clean. I'm talking about she smelled like lotion, soap, perfume.
Thank you.
Like I'm close, like, and all I'm doing is just getting this good smell. It's like 5 of them. I can smell the lotion, the perfume, and the soap. She smelled good as shit. Saying that.
Oh, thank you.
Yo trying to get a new wifey. He out of
So I
pocket.
will say also, I do want to touch on some of the traumas during my fresh recovery process. My mother lost her 2018 to cancer, started breast, traveled everywhere. Shortly after, she passed in March. My baby sister died from drugs. They took her out. August, months after, she left behind that boy. He's now mine. He's about to be 15. He's healthy. He's good. He's loved. But it is very possible also, you know, to have those things happen, and if it's a trigger, if you can definitely refocus yourself, pick the phone up, talk to yourself in the mirror, utilize whatever tool works for you. There are so many coping skills, and it is so important to exercise them. I'm telling you, I never believed in people, places, things until I had to actually do it. And guess what? You see this? That's why. That's why. That's a big part why. But you can absolutely overcome a lot. One thing I will say in recovery, especially if you've never been through it, pounding your plate. You feel you have this high ego now because you're clean for 3 months. So you're setting goals up. Well, you can definitely accomplish that pile, but it can definitely be, and I'm speaking hands-on for experience, very, very overwhelming. So I don't encourage you to say, I'm going to conquer these 10 things in 3 months in the beginning of your recovery. You're going to pressure yourself more than the process of keeping yourself focused on staying and getting clean.
I just want to say I'm really proud of you, and I love you.
I love you too. Thank you. Maintaining and boundaries, we definitely hit on. Highly important, no matter who or what. Set those boundaries. They have to be there. They have to be in effect, be in role.
1 second. I know you have a list, but there's a lot of questions that people have been
bring them in.
asking.
Come on, bring them in. I want the questions.
One question was like doing your addiction. Is in the world of a one who was addicted to heroin, who was addicted to coke, Ready Rock, whatever you want to call it.
Right.
There was a lot of degrading in the process of being a heroin addict.
Right.
How did you deal with that?
So I did a lot of my own research and pretty much kept to myself. And being a single mother and working kept me busy, to be very honest. Yeah, I kept myself busy just to really answer that and stay tunnel vision on myself. I mean, I loved my kids, but again, that being selfish and sticking to what I had to do as far as the rules and regulations to the facility I started off as, I tapered down onto something else. Goals to be on nothing, but nothing is to be rushed at all. It is not. And that's very, very important. It's very important. I want to say also, when we talk about addiction, yeah, it comes in forms from plucking eyebrows to drugs, right? Well, those drug dealers, they're addicts. They're addicted to the hustle. They're addicted to that money, that bread. They want that. They want that. They definitely do. So it comes in many shape forms. Doctors, the doctor you may be seeing, it might be the least person you think. But definitely when you start that process, you need to be selfish. You need to have tunnel vision on yourself. It is a-okay to do that. It is fine to talk about it.
Do you find yourself lashing out on people when you feel like they trying to belittle you or condescend you?
Absolutely not. As long as I know what I am doing, and I had to learn this. I did have to
So
learn
in the
it.
beginning, you feel like it was a little harder to control
Yes.
yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I know I personally feel like when that's something that triggers me is when somebody makes me feel small or trying to make me feel like they laughing at me. It definitely will make me feel like, well, what the fuck is so funny? And I'll
Every
probably
time you
lash
turn
out
your
on
back, right?
Right.
Yup. Yes. Oh yes. Yes.
So
I-
what drove you to stop the drugs?
I was
change
sick
your
and
ways.
tired of being sick and tired of being fucking sick and tired. I'm gonna be dead ass.
Cause
I was done before done.
like I've been incarcerated for many years, and I seen
Yep.
people come and go with addictions. And
Yep.
They also said the same thing you just said.
Yep. I fear
I've been
relapse.
sick and tired
I know it can
I'm
happen.
not going back out and do it. I'm not going back out and do it. And I come home and I see them back out. I don't degrade them. I don't belittle them or
Right.
nothing.
Right.
Like I had one close friend, one close cellie that I had took care of, a guy named Rabbit, real bad addiction problem. He was a good dude. So, is treating you as a human. What
Addicts are sometimes the best
I understand
people.
you've been sick and tired, but what triggered you to say, "Well, this is it"?
I mean, besides spending the money, besides sticking needles in my arms and glass pipes in my mouth, it just wasn't who I was. And I honestly would literally watch myself get high. And while I'm watching myself, believe me, we're beating ourselves down. We're already calling ourselves pieces of shit. We're doing that. We know that. We know it. We definitely know that. So I also experienced, where they thought encouragement was that I'm going to give your kid to the state if you don't get it together.
And
in
I
a
know when
week.
we've had conversations, you told me that your kids were your number one motivation.
Oh my God, yes.
And just even like not even liking the high anymore and stuff like that. Like I know we've talked about stuff like that too. So I definitely want to
open it.
put that out there that you've always expressed to me that your kids was your number one reason that you was like, you know what, this shit is over with. And I know that you took your baby sister's son in and you raised him like your own. And I just want to say that I'm very proud of you and I admire that about you so much.
Thank you.
And I love you for that because, a lot of people, they would have just let him go to the state or whatever. And then he would have just grown up and it would have just been generational curse after generational curse. That's a black man that you uplift every day, that you take care of and you make sure you know that he's loved regardless of whatever. So just hats off to you and I salute you for that.
Appreciate it. I appreciate it. I admire you for so many ways and I share probably daily. Yes.
Do you feel though, since you changed your ways 7 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
do you feel though your support system got stronger?
Yes, it also got smaller. I'm gonna tell you that.
I mean, sometimes it's strengthening less number. Yeah.
Excuse me?
You only need
Sometimes
six motherfuckers
you
to
got
One's
more.
too many, 1,000's never enough for anything.
Yeah, so
Right? Right. No,
sometimes
not really.
the less you're around, the stronger you become.
That's right. That's right. That's where that tunnel vision comes
So I have
in.
a deep question.
Get deep. Dig in.
No
I
Diddy.
have a loved one. I just want to share this with the group that lost his life, 33 years old. My son's father. So I didn't know how to ask questions or deal with addiction because I built like a blackout because I didn't know. Because unfortunately I wasn't an addict, but I was addicted because I loved him.
Yeah.
But I didn't know how to help. So my main question I wish I would have asked really was, what do you finally say when you accept a loved one is addicted? Because you were sober when Erica was,
Yes.
and
I
that's
was over
like
2 years sober,
something I
and that's a sister.
never could ask you except for now, because Erica is my best friend, rest in peace, her little sister, but that's also my family. So it's really like not awkward, but it's hard.
Very.
It's
It
really
is a
hard.
awkward
Uncomfortable conversation.
Yeah,
It really
it's like
is.
you don't want to
Absolutely.
make them feel like you're trying to judge them, but you just want to help
You need
them.
so
You know?
So,
So
is your
let-
question really like, how can we help?
Yeah, but like how when you finally know
First of
someone's
all-
addicted, like
What
what is
can
your
you
best
do?
approach
Yeah.
as someone who was addicted but not now to change someone else's life?
To be truthful, like my experience on trying to help someone that was addicted, like my mother was addicted, my father was addicted. You know, my mother got over 20-something years clean. So the thing is you got to let them choose when they done.
Yo, they gotta have that one.
They gotta want it. You just gotta be there to
You
support them
gotta
no matter
be
what.
itching for that, like scratch it.
Right.
I was always there. I just felt like it was the elephant in the room, the stuff that was swept under the rug. And to be quite frank, now that there's someone not there, it's not a regret. It's just like it should come with a handbook. It's so common. I feel as though maybe there should be more probing questions or approaches or healthier ways to talk about it without frowning upon it, to understand, to be there, just to get them through it.
The first thing is get the platform. They need a
Yes.
platform to like this. This is a platform for them
Yes.
to discuss it
Yes.
to who may ever want to watch.
Yep.
Let me ask you a question. What's your name again?
Dakota.
Dakota Fanning.
Yeah, I knew. I was gonna say that's the same thing I thought.
So, Dakota, as you saying, you was her sister's best friend, correct?
Absolutely. Like
And she
since
lost,
ninth grade,
and
yeah.
and she lost her life to her addiction.
Yes.
So seeing that in her and Tara,
Mm.
what do you do today to make sure that Tara don't go that route again?
Every
Because-
morning say good morning, I love you.
Because
Definitely does.
be
What we doing
truthful,
today?
once like they say, once an addict, always an addict.
No.
You could be clean 20 years, but it's
Yes.
just that one
Maybe,
thing that
I
triggers.
mean,
Yep. I've heard it.
I never
I
looked
hear
at
it.
Tara as an addict. She was always an individual. She was always outspoken, one of a kind, a leader. Like again, I wasn't around during the addiction, but it still doesn't define her. But
At
I
all.
still, in the back of my mind, honestly, with her, it's different. I don't ever judge her or think she's gonna relapse because I know her. That's why I never even thought she would be in that role. So on the flip side, sis ain't here, big sis is, I'm here, but
I'm
we're
grateful
all
for that.
affected, but we could still do
Yeah.
better. I'll always be there for her. You know what I mean? But I always check on her, always see how she's doing, support her. No matter what she needs, I'll drop everything and run.
That's very important for people. No, seriously, like
And I
having
don't
at
have
least
that
that
much.
one friend that'll really be there for you and at least tell you that they love you every single day. That
Absolutely. It
sometimes
goes a
people
long
really
way.
just feel like they
Well,
don't got
her sister
nobody.
loves her,
They're
so I
alone.
tell it to her sister.
So just a question. They say you never asked your lady, but we want to ask you today. How old are you?
I'll be 40 in August.
August what?
31st. I'm a Virgo.
That's crazy.
Whoa, what's crazy?
I'm a Virgo too, and I'm
Whoa,
37.
What's crazy?
That's my daughter's birthday.
Oh,
And that's 30 days after my birthday.
oh yeah.
You was born 30 days after me.
Oh
That's
shit! Not 30 days at them. I
I
know that's
kicked
right.
40's door in, but I'm her. I'm definitely her. I'm definitely
Okay,
here.
Nelly.
Up
Listen.
in her. He's stupid.
Yeah.
Talking about, okay, Nelly.
So your addiction had opened your eyes to a lot, because they say the best hustler is an addict, because you have to. It's not a want. It's not a want. It's a need. You have to get out there to make
It's
that
a
money.
full time, more than a full time.
Right.
Job.
Y'all the best. A person that was addicted to
Creative as
heroin
hell.
was the best hustlers of all time. Do you,
He said, actually, it's crack.
It might
who the
be
hell
now.
is that?
No,
Where'd
I ain't
that
gonna lie
come
though,
from?
cause them crackheads do they fix your sink and all that.
Oh shit.
My name's Dakota, and I was a go-go dancer in my 20s. So I was definitely addicted to bread and fresh cakes.
Oh yeah, she was. I was
And
there
I
watching.
will.
I was.
She was at the Lilas. I knew her from somewhere. She's at the Purple
Don't be,
Orchid.
hey, he said, is that your real name or is that your stripping name?
Yeah. Ooh.
I am Dakota.
This is Dakota. What you mean?
I knew I seen her at the Purple
Real
Orchid.
talk.
He said I seen that at the purple. Orchid.
Yeah.
So I know that we've had previous
Vixen.
dancers on
Erica
here.
actually named it. If I was a reindeer, I would be named a vixen.
I'm a pass that one to King. King Black talk about that. That's his topic over there. But Yeah.
No, you funny for picking up on that though. You funny as shit.
He was waiting for something like
Can't get shit past you, can't you?
Turn your what's going on? All right, now.
We going, never mind that.
So I also want to say, so throughout the pandemic, I'm gonna skip to that, right? So now I'm out of work. I educated myself. I did go on and get my CRS, which is a Certified Recovery Specialist certificate, along with a CFRS, which is a Certified Family Recovery Specialist, which it enables me to work with the children and the moms, the youth with the family,
With the moms.
amongst other certificates. But I've mentored 2 women as well. We need to be out there more. We need to be where we used to be, train stations, sitting outside of stores, leaning up on a mailbox, a stepwell. We need to post up. It's okay to talk about it. Talk about it. Talk about it. You will feel so much better. Absolutely.
Since you touched on the pandemic, my son's father passed May 3rd, 2020. Literally, it was COVID. Like, we all had to wear masks to the funeral, and it was just bizarre. But I'm just going to leave it at this. Addiction, unfortunately, led him to pass on that road. So it doesn't lead to a good destiny.
Let me explain.
At all.
Let me explain something to y'all. Like the 80s, like the late 80s was the crack epidemic. You know, so the people that's
The crack
I
academic.
I was going
Crack?
like, hey, yo.
Nah, I just can't let you go out like that.
I was going to let that one.
well, all right, y'all know what I'm saying. Yeah, it was. So during that time, you know, the people that was coming up in that day or age, you know, they got like that's who picked up the addiction. Them people that was late 80s, early 90s.
My dad was a hustler.
This day and age is them Percocets.
I think it's beyond
Is
that.
is I say
I
about
would say it's population control.
right out of them
right?
Percocets, the ones that's popping them perks, they the new things.
Mm-mm.
They the new ones with them at that's an
I ain't
ad.
gonna lie, yeah, that's real.
Me
Me
though.
too, shit.
Like I'm
Hey,
gonna be
hey,
honest.
hey!
I'm gonna be honest.
Don't
You
get
probably
too
spend
crazy
more
up
money
here.
than everybody
No,
except the
I ain't
perk
gonna lie,
addicts.
that's very true.
Yes.
Like weed addicts, stop acting like we excluded
It's
from the
cuter.
conversation.
It's cuter to be a weed addict than a heroin
That's what
addict.
they say.
You're still an addict.
Just
Just
like they think that it's cuter to be an
Let me-
alcoholic,
Let me
right?
ask you a
Still
question.
Still an addict.
Let me ask you.
Drink the plant.
Can I say this,
Let me ask
please?
you. Let me ask you a question. What's the difference between heroin and a Percocet?
So
One synthetic made.
again, I was never addicted to Percocet at all, which is odd because I went straight to heroin. So I really don't want to say anything I can't stand on 100%. I don't really know what the Percocet addiction was like. I totally skipped that shit. I jumped right into it.
She said I
No,
told her.
I'm saying
did.
what's the difference between a Percocet and
I
a
mean,
heroin?
the doctor's
man-made,
prescribing it.
another one's
He's
really-
giving it to you.
That's like
The other you're
Shabazz.
copping on the
Stopped
street
on.
and it's stronger.
One
You
stopped
feel
on.
like you're getting more, a better deal.
And it's
And you're caught up in a cycle.
So the ones who out here popping them 30s,
Ooh,
be careful.
very please.
Be careful.
because they fake.
Because once you can't get that 30 high,
Not
you're
You're
gonna get
going
that dirty high. You hear me?
That's what I'm talking.
So
Bring it.
be careful, man.
And you can't be too careful than careful.
You can't trust nobody. Love you, trust none.
Love you, Chestnut.
Love yourself. Know your worth. Admire your worth.
In a wrap up session, what else you have to say?
I definitely appreciate being on here. I encourage anyone who's struggling or knows someone struggling. I mean, you can definitely, if you want to find me on Facebook, just look up Tara Lee.
These
Remember
kids
when-
do not know what
Instagram.
Facebook is. You gotta get Instagram.
Yeah, we gotta get you a
But
Twitter and all
I ain't
that.
on that yet.
Snapchat.
Yeah, it's something.
One at a
TikTok.
time.
I
goddamn
better.
it.
I'm getting new to the
OnlyFans.
internet stuff like that. No.
Oh, why you say to me?
Both y'all, no.
said
You know you want plenty of fish.
What? Plenty of
Do you
fish.
see the? Stop it. I don't go
We
fishing.
can start one thing at a time. Like
King
just
Black
start
about to go
one
right
at
on
a
Plenty
time.
of Fish and Fun.
We start at
Fishing.
Instagram first.
Nah, we really,
Anyhow, I encourage you to definitely, if you're in a recovery process, tunnel vision, get selfish. It's okay. It's okay.
It's
It'll
okay to
become
not
a
be okay.
routine. It'll become your normal. Be open about it. Ask for help. There's plenty of help. It's everywhere. It's everywhere.
Be accountable. Honesty goes a long way.
Own your own stuff. Once I learned to own the things I did right or wrong, it just installed so much more moral
People,
in me
places,
and
things.
want. Definitely.
cherish your support system.
Yes. And it has to be positive. It has to, it's a must be.
My advice to you, before we have to go off, my advice
Thank
to you, Tara, never regret anything you've done, because everything you've done was a lesson. So anything you've done, be proud of it,
Thank you.
because you weathered the storm. Now it's time for your sunshine.
That's right. And I'm shining. I'm going to keep on
Oh,
shining.
that's right.
I ain't done yet. I got too much to do.
And everybody got too much to do.
That's right.
Thank you so much for coming on the show and
That's right.
sharing your experiences. We really
Yes.
appreciate it because, not a lot of people like to be vulnerable. So we just respect you for being as vulnerable as you have been.
But we ain't gonna get away from Dakota.
I was about to say
Thank you.
Dakota.
Dakota.
Boop, boop.
So where was you a go-go dance at?
Piccadilly.
All right. So I'm a PA girl. I kept it strictly over the bridge. Right to the Florence, New Jersey, at a go-go lounge at an Illusion. It was called Illusions.
That's right.
There was
How
no
many
dances. There was no topless. There was no bottomless. There was
Was you
nothing.
fucking for money?
Absolutely not.
Because I know that's what they want to know.
Bro, that was not stripping. That was called.
That was called a night in Miami.
It's called a cabaret.
Respect.
Did you win a twerk
Cabaret.
contest?
Oh, this girl.
You want a twerk contest?
I'll tell you right now. She
Hey,
popped that
2K,
song.
can we get some music?
Yo, 2K, why the fuck did he think he DJ D-Rec up in this bitch? Every time he got an idea, he talking about, yo, 2K, drop that
Hold on, I
shit.
forgot. Hold on.
2K in the back,
Hold
like,
on.
drop what shit? We never discussed this, bro. Like, we never discussed
Hold on.
dropping
Hold
nothing.
on.
Like,
Nope.
like,
Yo, we
2K
never discussed this. It's
2K
2K
came in one
work.
day like, yo, you got an aux cord right there. How the fuck you keep asking me to drop
Because
the
we
beat?
don't
Like,
get no signal in here, man. You got
Yeah, work on that.
nah. Look at this shit here.
What's that
What the hell
shit
is
there?
that? Okay, here we go.
Here go pornography coming up on his phone.
Mind your business.
Look, he can't get out of here. He gonna blame all this kinky shit on me. Let me turn the mic on.
Prophetess of Productions.
Get a lot of hair like a hood. In the birds, but I came from the hood. Real thin cause I eat real good. Big lips like my name making good. I do what the I want to. Do she, yo bitch won't. Do she talking shit about me cause she know I'm from should never be. I'm a real H-Town hottie. Pretty face with a whole lot of body. Everybody wanna know.